everybody, welcome back to John's Firearms 705. Today we have out the Norinco Olympia 22LR. First thing you want to do is check safe the gun. There's no magazine in there. The slide is locked open and we can see there is no bullet in the chamber. This firearm is clear, safe, unloaded. Definitely safe to work on for this demonstration. Today we're just doing a quick little video on removal and installation of the firing pin. So the first thing we're going to want to do, so I like to put the firearm on safety with this little latch here. It comes down. We're going to pull the slide back, pull down the trigger guard, and that'll allow us to remove our slide. Simple, just like that. So we can put our lower away for now. We're going to take a look at our slide. Now you see there's a pin in the top here, right there. We got to come at it from the bottom. There's a little hole right there. You can see that. It's a 1/16 punch we're going to use. So I have my homemade little block I made up. Just going to set the slide on there. Grab my punch, grab my hammer. Simply knock that pin out. And with that, you can see the firing pin and the spring has backed out. Simply drop it out like that. There's our firing pin. It's pretty straightforward. There's just a little notch on the top here that the firing pin retaining pin holds onto, keep it from coming out. Inside is our spring. It's not a huge spring, it's just a little wee guy. Then inside our little hammering block here, we have our little firing pin. Now, what I found when I first got this pistol is when I was shooting it, the firing pin retaining pin tended to pop out on me quite often. It was just loose. It's not a very tight fit from the factory. So all I did was I took a pair of vice grips and I just crimped a little bit on here and it kind of pushed out a few little parts. And that just helps it sit in there. So that's pretty much it, how you take it out. It's pretty straightforward, right? Reinstallation, same thing. What I find though is you have to put the spring in first. Put it in there. It drops up inside. Goes up inside there. Pretty straightforward. And then when we put our firing pin in, this little cutout part, I don't know if you can see it there, the lighting is pretty nasty. There's a little cutout part. You want to have that oriented towards the hole where your firing pin, retaining pin goes in. So we just simply drop the firing pin in, kind of get it started, and then using our punch, we make sure it's lined up in there. So you can see it's, the notch is in line with the hole. Use the back of your punch to set it in while holding the punch in there to hold that firing pin forward all the way that it goes. Grab your retaining pin, and again, like I say, I got mine marked so I know which is the top. Just put that in there. Pop it in, pretty straightforward. Grab my little block again, and I just set that pin in there a little bit. Okay, so the pin is in there, the retaining pin is in. Yeah, the lighting on this is nasty, sorry about that guys, but it's in there. One thing you want to make sure of is in the bottom, where that hole is, you want to make sure it's not coming down further than this hole. Then you should be okay. Now of course to put the slide back on, pull down your trigger guard, just kind of hold it down. Grab your slide. Put it back on, put it all the way back and down, and there we are, back together. It's just that simple, guys. Now I'm going to take off my safety here, just because I don't like to leave the firing pin cocked on these. It is safe to dry fire them, so there we go. As you know, we check safety gun first ahead of time. Okay, so that's it. It's a pretty short little video, but for those that own the Norinco Olympia 22 long rifle, you want to know how to take out that firing pin. I just showed you how. I don't take it out every time I bring this gun to the range. About every 400 or 500 rounds, I will pop it out and clean up inside there because it does get a little gunky. I've never had an issue with it. It's been working pretty good. Like I say, I put a little bit of a knurling on the top of the retaining pin there just because it kept popping out on me. Okay, that's it today, guys. Peace out, have fun, be safe, cause no harm. Hey, and if you get a chance before the snow flies up here in the north, get out to the range.